it's joining back with my July photo challenge video. This one's not going to be as interesting as some of the other ones, or maybe it's more interesting to you. I'm going to do it a little differently than I do most of them. I'm going to talk a little bit about each one as I go through. So I'm going to have to adjust the pictures when I do it. But I just wanted to tell you how this came about, this particular challenge, and what my feelings were about it too. So I'll cover my feelings about it at the end, but I'm going to say that this was one of the ones Mindy challenged me to do. And so this one I did hashtag Joy July Shapes 2021. And it was shapes. I had to do a picture of a shape every day. And let's begin. So the first day was circle is what I chose. And it was the lights on my tree, which I had put up on my June tree, and I kept them up through July because in June they looked like little water bubbles. In July I said that they were blue and white, so they worked with the theme of my tree. And now I'm leaving them up for August because they look like little world globes, so I said they worked for that. Okay. The day 2 was was a square. I went to the grocery store to get some groceries that day, and the post was in the square. It was in a square shape, and I saw it. I took a picture. Nothing really exciting with that one. This picture here, day 3, I'm going to tell you there's actually twice where this one gets used. And not this particular, I took it twice, took the picture 2 different times. One time it got used for the stars, the hearts. Day 3 it got used for the hearts. So if you don't know, I decorate my window still with hearts. And I'm going to be redoing it today or tomorrow for this month. But it is a bunch of fireworks is what that's supposed to be, and it says sparkle and shine. Okay, day 4 was a star, and that was right outside on my banisters. I have solar panel lights that I try to change out once a month. And I kind of did this myself. One side was blue and one side was red. That happened to be the red side. Day 5 was triangle, and if you can tell, that rock in the middle there is kind of a triangle shape. Day 6. Now this one is rectangle, and I know there's rounded corners, but to me that was as close to a rectangle as I was going to get. Plus it was getting to be the end of the day, and I was like, I need to get something done. Those are actually luggage tags that I got through Shutterfly that I only paid the shipping on. The other side has a picture of me and my address on it, so that's why you got to see the today is a good day side of it. Okay. Day 7 is Octagon, which is an 8-sided shape, and it happens to be one of the stickers I have of Julie and the Phantoms was an 8-sided sticker. Day, there it is. Day 8 is an oval. And that's one of my keychains that I have. I think I got that one in the mystery box of keychains. Day 9 is Hexagon, which is 6-sided, and that is a craft I did in a video like a couple years ago. And it was sitting up in my room, and I'm like, oh, that's, got 6 sides, so I'll use that. Day 10 is Arrow. This is a notebook that sits on Mom's nightstand. It's her notebook, and it just has a bunch of arrows on it, so I went with that. Day 11 is Cross, and it's the fan in our kitchen. Yeah, that's the fan in our kitchen. I went out to get something that night, and I'm like, I'm trying to find a shape, and I happened to look up, and I'm like, oh, looks like a cross, so I took the picture. Day 12 is a crescent. And if you look down there by where it says do more of what makes you happy, there's a little crescent sticker I put on there just to take the picture. Day 13 is a rhombus, which is kind of similar to a square, but it's turned kind of sideways. So that's how it looked to me. Now that could be to me it's kind of a diamond shape, but diamonds, from what I've seen online, were a little more narrow, like kind of, I don't know. Anyway, you'll see a diamond in a few minutes. As a matter of fact, the next one is a diamond. This was a picture from the corner of my computer. On my Word document file, there's a little diamond thing. It's like to get more whatever. 15. Wow, I'm losing my mind. Day 15 is a trapezoid. On my bar stool, the rungs are in a trapezoid shape, so I chose to do that. Day 16 is a circle. That's the donut topper that came on one of the pencils I got from Dollar Tree, but it kept falling off, so I just set it aside. And it just happened to be sitting near where I was at the time. So I'm like, oh, we'll use this. You'll see a lot of circles and hearts probably in this. And speaking of hearts, day 17 is hearts. That happened to be this bag. I keep these by me at all times, so I was like, what do I gotta take a picture of? Oh, hearts. Day 18 is squares and rectangles. They were like square shapes on top of the cards that were rectangle shaped. And that's a deck of playing cards that I got through Shutterfly. Again, I just paid the shipping on it. Day 19 is stars and triangles. If you don't know what that is a flag that's was given to us at my dad's funeral because my dad was military. But it was actually, that fun little fact about his flag, it was draped over him when they took him from our home. They put it on him, and that was going to be his flag from that point on. They did put it on him leaving the house. Day 20 is circles and hearts. There's circles in the spine of the book and on the back of the book, and then on the front of the book you see the heart like balloons. We just finished reading that book about 2 weeks ago. It's a good book. There's a movie on Hallmark that is kind of based on that. It's called Playing Cupid, I think, or something about Cupid. Anyway, it's very similar. There's some changes to the storyline, but very similar. So. Day 21 is an octagon. Yeah, an octagon. I'm like checking it. It's a stop sign. Why was I thinking that's a hexagon? No, they're octagons. Okay. On day 22, I chose to do an oval and a rectangle. And so the doorbell that is on our garage door looks kind of like a rectangle, and then this button itself looks like an oval, so I kind of thought that worked. For day 23, if you haven't figured out yet, it's hearts, and it's more than one because it's shaped like a heart. It's actually right here. It's shaped like a heart, and it's got little hearts on it, so. Okay, day 24 is a circle. We went to Target that morning. Well, I don't think it was that morning, but the day I took the picture, we went to Target, and I took the picture of the ball outside Target. Day 25, it could have been multiple shapes. I could have said diamonds or rhombus, or I could have done circle or crescent or whatever you want to call it, but I chose to just do the square. It's my card tables. They sit in my garage. I have my square ones in front of my round one, which is in front of a lattice that I need to move, but it's there. Day 26, hearts and squares. So the square is the sign, the hearts are the fireworks. That's where I chose to do that. I didn't realize until after I'd already posted it that I had used the same almost exact picture earlier in the month, so life happens. Day 27, so that day I was doing summer camp for my neighbor kids, and while I was waiting for them to come over to do the water, what we called waterfront, which was just a pool in my front yard. Anyway, I sat out there and drew the different shapes, so we call this lots of shapes, and I put letters on them. And the next day I missed, and so on Thursday, so Wednesdays I missed this week, and so when I went over to my neighbor's to talk to her on Thursday before tie-dye, I ended up seeing something sitting on her table that was triangular, so I took a picture of my neighbor's candy. Day 29 is a hexagon, and that is just this box of cookies. It was from a box of cookies. Day 30 was hearts and rectangles. That is a postage stamp that is a rectangular shape with a heart that's actually a bunch of little hearts inside of the heart to make the heart. On day 31 was star. Okay, so this is a card that I keep in my bag. It's a game kind of thing that I picked up when I was working at summer camp at at the bookstore. I found it up at their bookstore. So, what was my feeling about this particular challenge? I may have to force my niece to try this challenge. Since she made me do it, let's see how she does with it. I really hated this one. This one absolutely was hard. I talked to her partway through the month and told her that too. She's like, I'm sorry, I just thought it sounded cool. It's like, yeah, but do you realize there's, you have to keep repeating shapes. There's not 31 shapes. I mean, there probably is 31 shapes, but they're not common shapes, and that's the thing. Or they're not shapes that you see, you'll see them, but like, she goes, well, I meant things like that. And it's like, next time, clarify. But it was definitely one that I struggled more with. So there was a lot more days where I fell behind. Sometimes I fell behind 2 to 3 days. It just became one that I dreaded the whole month. I didn't like it. So, no, that one I definitely don't want to do again. I do have the next one planned out. So, August... so you guys know if you aren't watching my Instagram, because that's where I post the pictures right now, is on Instagram. I'm doing nature this month. So be looking for the nature pits on the Instagram. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope your day is filled with lots of love and laughter. And I hope that your saddest day in the future is only as sad as your happiest day in the past. And we'll catch you next time. Bye, guys.